There's really few people today. I actually got a buy. I didn't rep it as hard because I leave for Gen Con in like 11 hours. I thought about just not streaming and skipping it, but I was like, we'll just do it real quick. But 30-ish is pretty normal um, for the most part. The buys also go off of your elo. So if you've gained a bunch of elo, you could get a buy. All right, let's get the music up and going at least. I don't want a free win. I guess it does give me time to eat my dinner a little bit. Dexter on the traced. What a meta man. I think Amazon is here. Yeah, yep. I think Amazon is here delivering my case for my new phone and a battery bank and cat food. I just got to keep checking this cuz I think it's about to switch over. I think once we hit the 5 minutes, we should be able to post the adventure pass. There we go. Yeah, it's you know how times are these days. Um, is it gonna give me another game though, or what game am I waiting on? I okay. Oh man, I have to go right into Belteshazzar. Oh come on, don't tell me he's not here. I can't get this many free wins. If I get this many free wins, then I'll have to get top four or else. There's Belteshazzar. You got 2 wins? Hell yeah. Dodged the hostage mirror. Did Potato not show up? I'm gonna have to scold everyone. Come on, potato. Okay. Oh boy. Hmm. We're gonna see how interesting this deck is. Right now, I am not enjoying this opening hand, though. Wow, woo, wow, woo. This sucks. Just take all my removal out. Why not? I'm not really trying to win. I'm playing Grand Beep. And I'm having a very bad start, even for not really wanting to win. We're gonna play a card that no one ever plays. Dracana. Yep, Dracana. No one plays Dracana anymore. And either do I, because I just mana'd it. Have a free card, buddy. Kind of actually sucks that Grand Bois is not a plant, though. Nope, it's a deity. He's a deity. Nope, just singular deity. Character deity. This is kind of really good against the mess. Rude. Stuck in Ohio. You like my hand? Don't worry, I got it. But also, maybe I don't got it. We're going up to 6. Did you not hear the disclaimer that I'm playing something no one ever has played? Do I wait patiently? I think I do wait patiently. No timers for today. If it's my game, I mean, I'm just being lazy, really. Because the spacing is different when you're playing versus when you're spectating. And everyone knows that timers don't matter when I'm playing because I ain't losing to time. Yeah, it's Belteshazzar. Hashtag gay for Moyo. Hashtag gay for Mayo. Grand Bois is actually kind of no joke good against Kojo and the mess. Now that's a good hand. Hmm. No, I need that. I don't need that. I actually don't even need the Leshy, but we're trying to have fun, so I have a feeling my Grand Bois might die right here. Oh, look. Was I right or was I right? If I win against Belteshazzar with this deck, I'm sorry. I don't think I will, but I am gonna have to worry about that. Ariadne! What do you guys think about Ariadne now? Literally might win me this game. Definitely using the ability and everything. Yeah, totally. I didn't use it just for stats. Ordis Ariadne? What, why do you think Ordis Ariadne does? Yeah. Zen? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. 7 mana. Hmm. Can I play this smart right here? So 3 mana. So many cards, though. Does Belteshazzar play the Hunger? I hate playing Beauty Sleep for 3 mana. Who the hell ever wants to do that? Vroom vroom. Probably a better card draw for him than me. I probably should have played the Leshy because Duel of Grit, as of right now, would not have been able to remove it. But it's also not as many stats. And I'm kind of throwing a Hail Mary to see if he can get 6 stats in Mountain. I just want to see a pretty girl dancing to it. Oh, look. How am I so smart and still so bad? I could have won with the Leshy. But there's also other cards here, so who knows for sure. I guess wouldn't have been able to spend the 2 mana on Duel of Grit. Would have just used it to go over the top anyways. Ooh, that's a really good pull right there, though. All right, I dare you to play that other Haven. How when can we sign up for Adventure Pass again? It's in the tournament chat. It should already be in there. And I would do it quick, like now, now, now. I think I have to reveal that I have the beauty sleep. Double Haven incoming. Yeah, but it will also boost Grand Bois. So this is gonna gain 2 boosts. So it'll only be 5. But you have to at least play something over here. Alright, I think this is the move. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I think this is the safest play. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just a little bit back. It's actually feels really good against Kojo and the mess. So this is kind of a meme deck, but maybe we stumbled upon one cool piece of tech. Man, you telling me that you have um I don't know what you could have. I think we're going to arena at the least, right? I think I kill it in arena though. This Leshy. Every expedition is in forest. And I'm first player. So 5 and 4 is 9. This Muna Druid. Do I mana here? I think I do. How does arena work? Yeah, Leshy should get 4 boosts because every expedition is technically in. Well, he's gonna get a lot more than 4 boosts, to be honest. He's gonna get a ton right here. Because now my hand is also empty. I just don't have 3 characters. The chances that you have sabotage is just too high. So I'm gonna have to use the sleep. GG. Are you GGing me or GGing me? Damn, I can't believe it. You guys wanted to watch me play through the tournament, right? And not spectate games? I can't believe it. We might have found some secret tech here. Elio has moved on. Dexter against 2 Iron Chains. Yeah. I was pretty susceptible to removal, though, if there was like another mana, whatever the hell or something. I'm probably gonna have to go against Arthur. I don't think I've ever beat Arthur. I don't think I've ever beat Arthur. All right, I did win somehow. What is this Keelan guy doing playing Arjun and having 2 Floral Tents? Nice change of pace. No one's ever complained about it in the VODs, so if it filled up, I would drop. I bet it's an honor for Keelan Guy to lose to Lindway though. But also don't count him out just yet. Funny enough, I don't think this deck does well against Siggy. I do be making some just weird shit. Oh no. Unfortunate. Keelan Guy is out. Let's see if Arthur can close it out. Ooh, what do we got here? Let's actually take a second to look. I think the sixth mountain is likely what what can save Arthur here. But also teamwork training. Still doesn't do it. I think that there might be just barely enough for Arthur to win right here. Arthur did it, which is not great because I really don't think I have ever won a game against Arthur. Yeah, I saw that you didn't. I saw that you didn't find a festival. That sucks. Hey, but at least it was Linda Way that knocked you out, right? All right, let's see if I can take down Arthur on this deck. I really don't see how this could work well against Siggy. I'm gonna be sad with a Lindaway Abandoner with Moyo coming out. How does your partner feel about that? Is there room in the relationship? There was wasn't there one of the cards they revealed that was kind of um helpful to Lindaway, or am I forgetting wrong? Uh Card draw not going amazing so far. Now that I know that he runs Gift of Self, it would have been good to have a Grand Bois right here. Okay. I feel like since I just mana'd a Parvati, I would want to save this Parvati for Grand Bois, but I think it's just too good to re-anchor the Dracana. But also, I have no removal protection right now, so maybe it's not a good idea. If I win, we can go against each other. I think I've played like 20 games against you. I think she'll agree to it. She knows I was very sad to have my Spindle Harvester collection become as valuable as Zimbabwe dollars. I'll buy all of your Spindle Harvesters for $10 each. Good luck, Doombringer. What are you doing, Arthur? Good lord. Two to the three to the four. You can I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, Arthur. Four or more characters. And I have no way of stopping you. It's a nice Ozma because the stats aren't bad at all. Yeah, 2-2-2-2-2. All right, come on. If he's gonna be drawing cards, can you at least give me a Grand Bois? Fuck! Damn it. I was thinking of the other Requiem. It's not boosted. Or is that license withdrawal? What am I thinking of? Who am I? I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Can you tell I haven't been playing Tasia very much lately? Putting it to sleep also perfectly kept it out of forest, which is kind of annoying. Am I more likely to get sabotaged or removaled? Yeah, I want to let you move over there, I think. Traced? Yeah, Havens still. And if it's cycle traced, then it's the Lyra Bastion. This kind of I wish I had enough mana to save this. But I think this still kind of ruins the plan. Because you have to have four or more. No. I bet you have one more in there. Bro, how can my luck go so bad? I haven't even seen a. Did I mana a unique? I haven't even seen a unique. Oh no, I can't say dumb. The frog. Um, bro, you gotta be kidding me. All right, so you're out of mana. Do I have a way out of this? I think I have to do this. Oh, why did I do the one from hand? Oh my gosh. It's okay. It's also kind of beneficial to him for me to get rid of that one. Why is Ace only top 4 results? Because of direct feedback from you guys at AQZ. That was Keelan. Top 8 is good. If you can get us to over 40 players, I'll increase it to top 8. All right. Now we can go. All right. What do we have here? Oh, Trickster versus Dexter. Let's go. Traced versus Siggy. Ouch. Siggy is a little far ahead. Trickster drew 4 cards while triple advancing the first 2 days. I can't wait for Dexter to complain about this to me. The game ended there. Owie, owie, owie. This ended quickly. GG's, no way of coming back. Traced is the comeback king. He already FF'd. Dexter actually got some good points there, though. And I think he's pretty high up on the leaderboard. Um, so it should be pretty good. I thought Runefolk was already counting himself out. Is the game not even over yet? Man, I love Daedalus. Because it's the Elwee. True. I do love Daedalus. Has Elwee played much Daedalus before? Broken Ordis used for the win. Yeah, I think I am fully bought into. I guess we're giving Freeloader the credit now for one of the big reasons that Sigismar is actually the strongest hero in Altered is just having a body and then the conditions of the uniques very commonly involve number of characters. And honestly, the one that Arthur has, the Ozma, it's like not incredibly overpowered because you have to have four characters. But in Sigismar, that's a lot easier than any other hero. Literally never won a game against El Wee Wee. Yeah, I don't think I have either. So my statistics on BGA are gonna get like a lot worse because I'm just like willing to throw my body in front of a bunch of decks. But I always forget. Okay, right here. So I wish I could sort this. Um, I think you'll be able to see this, maybe. Um, oh, you can filter it. Okay, yeah. So like, I've played Astro 30 times and only won 9 times. Um, let's see against El Wee Wee. I used to run into El Wee Wee a lot, but I don't as much anymore. Yeah, one win in 3 games, and I think it's less than that. 0 wins in 3 games against all of the marbles, who will be in the US. Um, who have I technically lost the most to, though? I mean, I guess it's technically Astro because I've just been letting him test a bunch of things. It was YOLO Akin I would run into on the ladder a lot. I guess I've won 0 times against Chili. Um, I threw a game just yesterday against Chile. Like absolutely threw it because I could have won. But I wanted to keep playing and I let it go on another day. But then I got terrible draw afterwards. You're next to Astro. I've won against you 3 times in 13 games. So I've also lost against you many times. Is there anyone who I like always win against? Probably not. I mean there are, but not any names that I like recognize that are around frequently. Damn. Look at Elwiwi just going hero all the way into companion. I think I had it at 90% before instead of 100. I swear they changed something with the way that BGA is displayed. Still not going to move his companion, but this is starting to equalize a little bit here. And having this staff clerk out for Runefolk is going to be great. And then the town square. This card is, I think, actually a card that more Ortis players should take a look at. Um, it's probably not as great against the decks that run um, the Grems, but if you get away with it, it's just so easy to come online for Ortis, and then it's just a charge on a stick. Dang, what the heck? There's a Taiga out now too. Yeah, I think a lot of people are super cautious about landmarks And a lot of people don't like running them if they can get away with it. Because outside of like Masectet and your Havens, most landmarks don't give you a benefit right off the bat. So it's, I think a lot of people kind of see it as like wasted mana that takes time to rebuild. Yo, the rare overseer. Let's see here. And then the charge. Oh my gosh, did he do it? Did he do it? Rune Folk with the non-hostage Waru. I told y'all that Waru wasn't dead. I just never wanted to be the one to prove it. Brr, exactly. Good job, Rune Folk. You're very close to your top four, but not quite yet. Oh no, Elio was knocked out. Darn. Yeah, let's watch Gammonite against Rhubarb. I just don't see that argument as a Sierra player. Yeah, I mean, it kind of you're almost top four. I think 2, 4, 6. How would it work? If you lose, you have potential to be fourth, right? But if you win, obviously it's better. I don't know what your tiebreaker is or anything. I think it would go one way or another. Nevenka versus Nevenka. Like I can kind of feel the pain of having to play a landmark because that's how it feels to play the Spindle Muna Bastion. Most often, your best bet is to play it day one and accept that you're not going to move at all. And then if it just gets taken out like the next day, it feels really bad. When you roll one or more dice, you may have target character other than me lose fleeting, and return a card from reserve on a 4+. Nice. Resupply from hand. You may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, you may return a card. And then it has another from anywhere. Roll a die on a 4+, draw a card. On a 1 to 3 resupply. both Navenkas have magical training. Magical trading, magical training. I guess with all of these return like uniques and ink casters, it makes a lot of sense. Because otherwise, I think you would want to draw cards other ways. And I wonder if magical training is really the best option for Navenka or Guitarist. Guitarist, I guess, is a little more dangerous. So if you have these uniques that return cards, you don't have too much to lose playing magical training. Oh, the way that song ended, I thought my headset stopped working. Are you adding are you adding songs into my playlist? I don't remember adding some of this shit you playing. The only permanent specific removal people run is grams. Otherwise, people have to spend removal on characters. I feel like it just works well since people don't run. Yeah, you might run into. Well, if you think about it, there's also license withdrawal and requiem, and then uniques. And banishing gate isn't as common anymore, but you can still run up against a banishing gate. I guess that would be a question for the Ortis players. Why are you not playing Town Square? Town Square is awful for Siggy. If you draw it late game when you need removal, dude, sleep effect you lose. Isn't if you draw anything too late bad though? Like I did not draw any Grand Bois or anything in that game against Arthur, and it made it a lot worse. But it's just 2 mana. If you have it early game, you cripple the strongest days. Hmm. I really liked the deck that Boston Beaver played with it, but don't know how it will do in a grander, more populated tournament. How do we feel about the mess, though? The mess is more valuable than Town Square? Or are we on the mess hate train? Enough is enough. Mess is much better for Bravos than Square is for Siggy, at least. The deck lists would definitely agree. I think Gamma Knight is looking really good in this game here. No Navenka ability used here, which is interesting. Wonder if Rhubarb just kind of sees the writing on the wall. But you're going to overload your reserve anyways. Might as well, if you have anything at all, use the ink caster to get it out, and then go for an anchor on something if you have the Martingale out. But you are first, so you can just replay the Martingale. That this Mage Dancer is super great. Plays the Martingale for free. Now we're just gonna go into after you territory. This deck is mostly the same besides the uniques, right? I don't see too many differences yet. Maybe the acapella training from Gamma Knight. I swear this trickster always rolls friggin' 80% ones. The like shuffle broken button is broken on this playlist. That's weird. Okay. They're on to me. I've been making revolutionary podcasts. Not podcasts. Playlists. And now they're disabling my tools. I do need to switch off of Spotify though. I need to use one of those things to transfer all my music. The double sleep. Oh, and the other sleep. 2 water for 1. Looks like it's not gonna happen. Gamma Knight, the Navenka neurotic is the only word I could think of, which doesn't sound great. Navenka something takes the win. All right, what do we got here? Trickster was able to take down TRT Immoral and will now play the winner of Kaifu versus Runefolk. Ooh. What is this? Quetz. Oh my god. At dusk, draw 3 cards? What the hell? When your opponent draw. And it creates 2 recruit tokens? What? Has Kaifu tapped out? Runefolk just wins right here if he just passes, right? What? Pluka quits. I was trying to pretend like I've never seen it. Quetz counters Otter easy. What you thinking about, Runefolk? Rinku gives us a wonderful message from the ether. Navenka Nenjoyer. I think it works. It didn't pass the turn to you. Oh. Brrr. 3 cards. All right. So Runefolk is actually Runefolk is in the finals here to take on the winner of Trickster versus Gamma Knight. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and I'll be back. Oh, Wario in the finals. All right. This game is this game is running fast, which I appreciate. I still have to finish packing. All right. Let's lock in. I really do like Mage Dancer in current Navenka as well. Only two cards in the discard for Siggy here. Not to mention having the Mage Dancer with Snowball Commando and Daedalus. Although it should have the card draw, right? Come on now. Give Lyra the card draw. Teamwork training still allows Gamma Knight to move here, tie things up. I don't know why I thought tie things up. I got too much on my brain right now. I still have to finish putting together my Navenka or my Arak deck too to take. That's a very nice Kappa for good stats. Three mana, and you get a 4/2/4 that has return a card from your reserve to your hand. No extra requirements. Have a Hathor to pick it back up. I don't think Gamma Knight runs Nyala, which in Navenka makes sense, you know? If you control three or more characters, draw a card, create a recruit in the companion expedition. 4 mana, a rallying call. Ooh, the spy though. The good news is there's not very much good news for Gamma Knight here. I had to take in all of the the areas and possibilities here. Oh, unfortunate. There's gonna be an ad in 26 seconds. I'm gonna let this one play because I have one snooze left, and we'll save the snooze for the finals. Yeah, there were two numbers that Gamma Knight did not want to roll there, a 1 or a 6, and rolled a 6. Common Haven Warrior and Lyra essentially with extra card advantage buff. I'm going to start the new campaign to give Lyra Mage Dancer card draw, just like Ysmir. I think that's fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Told you long ago. Everyone has agreed to start. This is actually a really interesting game right here because I know Trickster, being a fan of Ordis, will be really interested to see a Sigismar, or not a Waru. I might have missed the chat though, confirming that. Okay, we are in it now. Finals with Waru is 6. See? Look at that. I don't know if you can hear me talking, so answered in chat. Because an ad should technically be running right now. All Axiom cards should have draw a card, including the spells. I think that's a little more than what I asked for. So if you were stuck in the ad, what I was saying is I'm sure as a fan of Ordis, Trickster is happy to see a Waru and go up against it, and then confirmed that in the tournament chat here. Of course, with how Waru is set up, Siggy can easily get a double move. The hard part here, I think, is Waru keeping up. I'm not sure if Runefolk went up against any other Siggies, but if Sigismar like gets running, then can be pretty unstoppable. So this is a Traced, this is a Fen, this is probably Atsadi, this is Potato betraying us. Big ol' monolith Legat. I'll try to read what Keelan guy is saying in the Discord at some point. I think with Altered, there's really like there's really no right way they can do patches and stuff, you know? It's not worth it. It's always worth it. In regards of like timing and how often, because I think the highly competitive players would want it to be less frequent. But I think since Altered does really want to have a casual to competitive range and try to keep both of those sides happy, um, like Altered is a lot more friendly and casual than like Star Wars Unlimited. And so you don't patch things or deal with the faunus, and you have all those people below the super competitive complaining every day. And then you do the patches, and then you have the super competitive people complaining. So they made clear they want to balance so that the game is fun. Yeah, yeah. I've heard that there are some people worried about the balance patches and not liking how many there have been. But then I also know there are people who have left the game or left like my LGS playing because of Robin Hood, because of Afanis, and like others. And what brought them back into the game was when those things were changed. So I don't know. I think the not touching Sigismar is, of course, very interesting. And I think this next set, fingers crossed, we should see a huge difference in maybe who the cards favor overall. I'm not sure though. Because I think the last two sets have been a game designer that really likes Ortis. I feel like a good chunk of Afanis players are leaving for this change. I think most of the balance complainers will complain regardless. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Even if Afanis remains unchanged, I still think the meta in Altered has been really fun and interesting since Robin Hood nerf. I think Traced was being kind of a menace back before the Haven change, but really ever since they got rid of Robin Hood, the game has felt really good compared to that era. Okay, Jean. We already saw this one a little bit, but if you missed it, it's just if you control three or more characters, draw a card, and it creates a token. So it kind of helps self-satisfy there. We have the double staff clerk here. Well, no longer double, just single, but can just play it again. I wonder if this is a very good turn for Runefolk right here. Depending on what's in hand. Um, I think a schedule at least lets competitive people know when things arise. They technically do have a schedule now. Thing that I think is sort of silly though is introducing a World's Championship circuit where all qualifications are treated the same as each other when players are demonstrating their abilities in fundamentally different formats. So what would make it different if all qualifications were not treated the same? Like, do you just mean that there's a long enough span of qualification time that someone who qualified at the start is going to be playing in a different meta than someone who qualified 2 months later? Because from my understanding, that's pretty normal. Faunus, even with counterplay, is really good into pretty much every matchup. Yeah, I mean my personal opinion is I like whenever there's a change like this, but I have ADHD, so I play things all over the place, and a change is just a new reason to try something else. So there's a license withdrawal and a teamwork training here. The Quet's costing 5 though makes it really hard to remove. Um, and it's not boosted, so the designers haven't been able to change these first 3 sets from seeing what the metagame is. Us underestimated how dominant Ortis would be rather than bias. Maybe a little, maybe both, maybe a little of both. Different meta, different format with different card availability circumstances. Meta and card availability makes sense, but how is it a different format? Just the lack of consistency between like best of one and best of three. Yeah, that one is interesting to me. I think it's a problem of like staffing and venue availability, but I would think generally out of all the events that I've helped judge or helped run, our goal is always to basically do what the tournament guidelines say. The only time that I remember we've gone outside of that was because we literally ran out of time at PAX Unplugged, and we let the players vote on doing continued best of three or best of one, and 90% of them voted on best of one. And then Simon was still at the convention center until like 11 p.m. GG's to Trickster. I mean, we were watching that game, but at the same time discussing. It was kind of, I think, just what I mentioned at the start. I think if Siggy gets, going, it's very hard to play a type of deck um, where you're going to be setting up and building up and be behind. In LoL, they try to make only minor balance changes during a comp season and do larger ones outside of that season. Freeloader really didn't bring up League of Legends for patch comparisons, did he? there's uh there's so many people that would flame you for saying that. How many times has League put out a new champion that was busted off of the bat? I don't really think it's a huge issue to have people compete from different formats, but the prep time and time frame of each of the formats should be probably more clear. Yeah, so one of my goals for conversations I'm going to have in the next coming weeks, since I'll be at Gen Con and then I'm also involved in Dallas, is what things might need to be added to the tournament guidelines. Because the tournament guidelines right now are like zero point 0.5 version, basically. Like, I wouldn't even call them 1.0. Which then some people would say, why would you have a Worlds if, yada, yada, yada. But then you have a bunch of people who are really happy and excited that the game does have a Worlds within the first year, because a lot of other card games take 2 or more years. Um, and they have more of a judge program than Lorcana. So I think, yeah, one of my goals is going to be making sure we're all on the same page for Dallas, and then being able to share that information with anyone who asks me as soon as possible. If it is up to the judging team, I would assume they will match the tournament guidelines, which say best of three should be 70 minutes, not 50 minutes. But you're in a venue, you have limited time, you have limited staff. I can definitely see why that might have needed to change. The other thing is I'm not sure we're gonna hit 100 players, which will be pretty sad if we don't. I hope we do, but we'll see. Uh, it's like if you have a big finale event that you qualify for, maybe it's fine to have different formats qualify you for it. But when it's Worlds, where it's supposed to reflect the different country communities, it's just not the same. So I saw something crazy, and I need to look into it. But in Star Wars, there's something called a PQ. It's called a planetary qualifier. And they're doing a sealed PQ and a draft PQ. So that means you could qualify for Worlds based off of sealed or draft, which I think is kind of cool. But I need to see if there's any stipulations or something. Um, Kind of same but different. It is a different format, but not really what we're talking about. That new busted thing wasn't allowed for comp play off the bat. Yeah, I guess true for the LCS, which they don't call it the LCS anymore. Um, they're usually like a patch behind or something. Yeah, it's just funny that you bring up League when the League fan base would complain about just about everything in the world, and say that Riot did it terribly. But congrats to Trickster. Very good job, Rune Folk. Proud of you.